Arriving to play 90 minutes of Redfall, I'm surprised to find out I won't be getting to try it out in co-op. Everything leading up to launch seems to have emphasized this as an experience to be shared, your team of 4 combining their vampire hunting abilities and specialties to fight back against the forces of darkness. Before I start, however, creative director Harvey Smith assures me that everything is designed as much for solo as multiplayer. You can play it however you want. It's just a different experience, he explains. Alone or as a pair, it's a little slower and more strategic, whereas with 3 or 4, it's more fast-paced and chaotic. By the end of my mission, I'm left worried that it doesn't ring true. I think the unfortunate reality may be that Redfall is caught between 2 identities, lacking something when played alone, but not well suited for playing with friends either. There's nothing here to get my adrenaline flowing. In combat, the shooting feels good, and there's a nice selection of guns to choose from, but enemies don't put up an interesting fight. And there seems to be little strategic meat. There's stealth, and you can approach enemy encampments from different angles, but none of it really adds up to much more depth than shooting explosive barrels when cultists stand conveniently next to them. My last hope for an adrenaline rush is the anger of the vampire gods. As you slay bloodsuckers, the game regularly informs you that you're annoying their deities, which slowly fills up a big red bar. Take a break and it'll drain slowly, though I have no idea what you'd spend that time doing. Keep fighting and it'll eventually summon a mini-boss to put you down. I work my way through a fairly bland story mission. It's mostly a very long hunt for a very long list of items in a mansion, which makes stealth or strategy irrelevant, because I end up having to clear out every room in the place. Again, there's no climactic moment, it eventually just ends when I find the last object, and even the writing feels half-hearted as it spins me a tropey yarn about a mad scientist driven to unethical experiments by his daughter's mysterious illness. As I end my time with the game, I'm left wondering how much of my adventure was hobbled by my lack of co-op buddies. With enemy numbers and difficulty scaled up, would fights feel more dangerous and exciting? Would synergy between our abilities open up more strategic options? Would multiplayer chaos fill the strange emptiness at the heart of this world? But at the same time, I can already see problems I'd be running into in co-op. With such a go-anywhere, do-anything structure, won't multiplayer sections feel loose and aimless? Without properly paced encounters and climactic moments, how can co-op settle into a satisfying rhythm? Redfall seems quiet and empty alone, but I'm not sure it's a world I'm keen to pull my friends into either. From what I've seen, it seems less like a game you can play however you want, and more like the worst of both worlds. Developed during the pandemic and other change and upheaval at the studio, and surely shaped by Arcane's struggle to find mainstream commercial success with its excellent immersive sims, Redfall seems to bear the scars of troubled development. I can only hope I didn't get to see its best side, but all I can say is that after an hour and a half with its vampire enemies, not once did it get the blood pumping.